when talking about healing your gut in functional medicine, we focus on the 5 R's. The 5 R's are, the first one is remove. So that's going to be like we talked about briefly with the elimination diet. It's figuring out what foods your body likes and what foods maybe it doesn't like and cause inflammation and that your gut flora to be out of whack and leaky gut. So figuring those foods out and removing them from your diet is one of them. Also removing toxins. So our food is full of toxins. Like I know new government officials are working to hopefully change this, but like there are completely different recipes for Skittles and M&Ms and pretty much everything that for things that are sold here in the US versus things that are sold in Europe. Because in Europe, there's a ban against a lot of stuff that is allowed in foods here in the US. One of my favorite apps, and I should get commission from them because I refer everybody to them, but I don't have any affiliation with them. It's actually pronounced Yuka. I used to say Yucca, which I think is better, but actually I think it is pronounced Yuka. It's Yuka. Absolutely get this app. It's a little white logo with a orange carrot on it. This app is just a quick way to you scan the barcodes and it's going to tell you the health content. And the thing that I like about it most is it gives you the rundown of the additives that are in stuff. Once you start scanning stuff, you start to realize very quickly why there's so much cancer in this country, why there's so much inflammation and diabetes and autoimmune disorders and everything else. And it's because there's so much junk in our food. And then even just the way we grow stuff. Our soil is depleted. We're spraying everything with Roundup, which creates a lot of gut problems. Like our bodies are constantly getting exposed to toxins. So part of the remove is trying to remove those as much as possible. Get that Yucca app, start scanning stuff, start just being aware, of your environment and how it could be affecting you. And removing could also be like stress, bad sleep habits, because those are also going to affect your gut as well. And then replace. So we're wanting to give your gut what it needs, right? So we're taking out all the junk food, all the sugar, the poison, like all the stuff that your body doesn't like and doesn't tolerate well, and then we're replacing it with what it really needs. So obviously, lots of vegetables. 1/2 of what you eat every day should be a vegetable. Let me say that again. 1/2 of what you eat every day should be, at least 1/2 of what you eat every day should be a vegetable. And then we're trying to get the full rainbow. And I don't mean Skittles. I mean, in your fruits and vegetables, all those beautiful colors are phytoestrogens. Each color has its own essential nutrition for your body. So the more you can get an array of color in your diet through your fruits and vegetables, the healthier you will be. And then you're also replacing soluble fibers. So getting lots of your vegetables and your beans and lentils and, all your soluble, you can Google that, a list of soluble fibers is essential for your health too. And making sure you're getting a lot of water, making sure, just replacing the good stuff, right? The third one is re-inoculate. And that is going to be like your probiotics, your prebiotics. There's even postbiotics. So probiotics they're essentially the healthy gut flora, right? To get your gut, your dysbiosis, which is just your gut out of whack, get that more balanced and get the good stuff healthy, right? So probiotics are essential to have in your diet. So we're talking about your kimchi and your sauerkraut and your yogurt and your kefir, which if you're dairy intolerant, then you shouldn't have those. But kombucha, any fermented foods are going to be a good way to do that. You can do it through supplements as well. But, I've been in the mainstream medicine. I've prescribed a lot of medications to people. I don't want to just replace all these medications with a handful of supplements, right? My desire is to get everybody, healthy and whole on food that you eat every day. I'm not against supplements. And I think if your gut is really out of whack, then it is actually good to supplement with some probiotics and prebiotics, or you can get synbiotics, which are a combination of the two. But ultimately, I think it's best to get it through your food. There's the prebiotics that I talked about. They are basically like the food for the probiotics. Like probiotics need food in order to grow and be healthy and survive in your gut. And their food is those prebiotics. Those are going to be things like garlic and onions and leeks and things like that. You can Google it. So that is how you kind of reinoculate. You get your gut healthy. The fourth one is repair, and that is more like if your gut's not getting healthy just by conventional methods, like we can do a stool analysis test and we can see like what exactly is out of whack. And if you want to, there's something what you can do right off the bat too. It's just those tests tend to be a little bit more pricey. So I like to have that conversation with my patients. But like if you're like butyrate is like something that is very protective of your gut lining. So if you're low in butyrate, there's ways that you can give butyrate or increase butyrate in order to help repair your gut lining. That's kind of a more in-depth conversation, and it depends on what your unique situation is. But repairing your gut. And then the last one is rebalance. So that is like, I don't want you to just do a cool elimination diet for 4 to 6 weeks and then you're just like back to your normal stuff, right? Rebalance is all about like, let's get your gut healthy, but then let's get your lifestyle healthy so that you can sustain and maintain that healthy gut for the rest of your life, right? So again, that's your sleep and your movement and your stress levels, all of that stuff is going to influence your gut health. So getting rebalanced to your life. And that's kind of working through those 5 pillars that I already talked about. But working through all of those 5 R's will help you get to a restored gut. And your journey is going to be unique. And so, I'll be working with you to figure out what that is and what you specifically need. But that is how you repair your gut.